court is now in session. I'm thinking this is going to be one of the last ones for today. Can I keep my 3-month-old child from his father with fear of him taking our son from me? My ex husband and I have a 3-month-old son. I sent, excuse me, oh, coffee, no. I sent him pictures and videos of him till we establish custody. He's a great father, not a great partner, and I don't want to keep him from my son. I just have a fear of him taking our son from me. Can I legally withhold visitation from the partner? Yes, ma'am, you can if there is no court order. Okay? So if there's no court order, then what you're doing is not illegal. If there is a court order and you're not giving him his court ordered time, then that is illegal. At the end of the day, most attorneys and the attorney general will tell you until there is a custody agreement between yourself and the father, if the father is on the birth certificate, it is not a good idea if you believe that he may take the child to allow him to see the child. Because what happens is he may take that child and there will be no legal recourse for you right away because he's on that child's birth certificate. He may run with that child, or he may move faster than the courts can move to get the child back for you. So that's why they tell you not to do that if you have a fear that the person will take the child. So because you have a fear that he's going to take that child, I would tell you, no, ma'am. He can do supervised visits up until the custody order has been done. What I would do, excuse me, is work with him to get a custody order done quickly and promptly so that he can have his visits. But I would not do that, and I would not advise you, if I were your lawyer, to give that child to him. You may not get that child back, and then he's not committing any crime, because there's no order, and he's on the birth certificate. He has just as much right to keep that child day in and day out and not return that child without a court order as you do. So knowing that, you got to move within that realm. A lot of things that y'all can do is there are lots of places like Jamboree. There are play places that you can set up visits for the father with, where the father can see the child. You can stand back a bit, but it's in public, so he can't run off with the child. Chuck E. Cheese, places like this, because they will not let him out with the child, but you don't have to be sitting on his back. You could be sitting at another table and minding your business. But you do want the child to be able to have time with the father. If there's a house that someone has that has multiple rooms in it, you can put the father and the baby on one side of the home, and you can be on the other side of the home, so that he's able to play with the child freely, inspect the child, okay, see what's going on with this baby, see if there are things with the baby that because you know what, one of the things, and I've done this, myself in my own, relationship with my own children, you give that baby to those fathers so that they can inspect that baby. I know it sounds crazy, but they need to inspect the child. Okay, and that's something that my grandmother taught me, and they will inspect that child. They're going to look that child up and down from its head to its feet if they're a genuine father, if they believe this child is theirs, or even if they don't, just any relationship they have with their newborn that is supposed to be their child, they're going to look that baby up and down. They're going to want to look at that baby's ears. They're going to want to call their mother. They may want a video. These are things he may not feel comfortable doing in front of you, but they're things that he should be able to do, because nature's way of handling things and human nature is for him to want to do those things. So you always give a father time where you're not breathing down his neck with that child. It also allows that child to create a bond with that father, because you want that child to have a bond with the father. A lot of the times children go off of our feelings. If you are very standoffish and you are acting as if you're afraid of this individual, then sometimes your child will encompass that behavior and do the same with the parent. So you want to make sure that you let the child know that it's okay, and you let him see the child. Especially when the child is a baby, it is hard for the bond to be formed between the father and the child sometimes if the father is just not around all the time. But what you need to do is you got to hand that father that child, and you've got to walk away. Now, you're going to do this in a supervised location. You're not going to let him take the child away or anything like that. But like if you're in the home, you're going to leave him with that child. You're going to leave him somewhere with a bathroom that he has access to, the child's room, the child's clothing, the child's toys, okay? The changing table, and you're not going to help him. You're not going to help him. You're not going to help him, okay? You're going to hand him that child, you're going to go, okay? And if he asks you for help, you're not going to give it to him, okay? Trust me, I've done this personally, Please, I need help. The baby's crying. Goodbye. Close the door. Go on your side, have your time to yourself, because you need some time to yourself. You've been caring for this child day in and day out. You haven't been getting your rest. Take your time when that father is there to go off and to rest, and leave him to his own devices with that baby. Allow him to bond, especially if you believe that he's a good father. Allow him to bond. But no, ma'am. If you think that he will take that child and you will not see that child, and you'll have to be in a court battle, it's better to be in the court battle first, get the order, and then let the child go, than to let the child go with no order, honey, because you just don't know what can happen. If you know him, ma'am, and you know that he's not that type of individual, then don't harbor these crazy thoughts and ideas and processes in your head if they could not possibly be true. Because sometimes mothers do that because of our instinct, because we've carried the child, and we can be overly protective, especially when they're little babies. But understand that if that's not his character, don't attribute that to him. Don't give him that. Okay? And I wish you a happy, whole, and healthy relationship with your baby's father and co-parenting. I wish you all the best. You have a better situation than most, ma'am, because a lot of the times women don't have a man that they can say is a good father. I mean, at least you're able to differentiate. Okay? You're able to say he's a bad boyfriend, but he's a great dad. So many people can't say that. They have to say he's a bad father and a bad boyfriend. You know? So hey, you're batting 1,000 against a lot of other people. So again, God bless you guys. And then we're gonna go ahead and recess court until next time. Have a great one. Oh, I'm like, y'all, like and subscribe, hit the notification button, share this, okay? Help others, okay? Because that's the way that YouTube knows that, okay, they like the information that's being, and that's how I know. If you all like things and you give me verbal feedback, then I know that this is kind of what you want to hear, or you don't like these questions, you like these type of questions, let me know. So I'm for you. I want to help you. Because, before I became an attorney, I used to have questions about everything, and it's hard sometimes paying $250, $350, $400 to talk to an attorney, okay? But let's have this open dialogue here. Have a fantastic day for the 50th time.